Good afternoon, everyone. We are Group 10, consisting of Sania, Caitlin, Puri, Ahib, Danae, Charlotte, and Yogi. Our project titled User Research and Insights, Simplifying the Travel Process to Reduce Stress, explores the main challenges travelers face and identifies ways to make the experience more efficient and less stressful. Travel is supposed to be fun, but it can actually be really stressful. Things like tight schedules, unexpected delays, and complicated planning make the whole experience overwhelming. This is important to study because stress can take away from the enjoyment of traveling and even make people avoid trips altogether. Our users include students, professionals, families, older adults, and basically anyone who has to deal with planning and managing a trip. Our research goal was to understand the factors that make travel stressful and how travelers manage those challenges. From this, we developed our How Might We question. How might we simplify the travel process to reduce stress and help travelers feel more confident and prepared? This question guided our research and helped focus our insights on practical ways to improve the travel experience.
Throughout this research, we used three main methods. First, we conducted secondary research to get a broad understanding of general travel pain points. This helped us to identify the key challenges different user types face during trip planning, at the airport, and in flight. Building on these insights, we then conducted numerous interviews with users, each with different travel experiences and pain points, ranging from frequent flyers to first time travelers. These interviews provided quantitative insights into their personal needs, challenges, and emotions. Lastly, we created a journey map to visually capture the key touchpoints and experiences of each user. By mapping these elements, we were able to highlight areas where travel companies can better meet their customers' needs to improve the overall user experience.
For our interviews, we wanted to talk to a mix of travelers to really understand what stresses people out when they travel. We spoke to a few different types of business travelers, parent, a senior, a first-time flyer, and a few university students like ourselves. Everyone had their own challenges. Business travelers worried about time, parents stressed over packing and keeping kids calm. Seniors found their airports confusing, and students, including me, were anxious about planning, directions, and delays. It was interesting to see how everyone experienced travel differently but still shared the same kind of pressure. After hearing all the stories, one thing really stood out. Almost everyone felt stressed when they lost control of time or information. Whether it was delayed flight, long security lines, or missing documents, people just wanted things to feel smoother and more predictable. That really helped us to see how much travel stress isn't just about what happens, but how prepared and supported people feel along the way.
While encountering our approach, these are the main findings of what makes traveling stressful. Firstly, we'll be talking about security and documents. Long lines, tight connections, and extra document checks were frequent stress points. Some travelers expressed anxiety about the crowds and feared being sent back if a document was being misplaced, or they thought a document was misplaced. Packing, weight, and time. Excessive packing and concerns over weight bags were common. The night before a flight is particularly stressful, as travelers double check their items. Families face added stress with extra needs of kids, such as snacks, toys, and etc. Delays and uncertainty. Small issues like gate changes, slow boarding, or delayed shuttles can cause anxiety. Once on the plane, however, most travelers feel like their stress lessens, and this was said during our interviews. Planning apprehension. Many travelers reported constant worry about forgetting something, especially during takeoff. Environment and comfort. Cold terminals, crowds, and uncomfortable seating were key sources of stress. One person even recalled a rough mountain buggy ride that added to their discomfort as they were on their trip. Managing stress. Travelers use routines to regain control, like double checking bags, using apps, and even sticking to a schedule to avoid surprises. Overall, stress stems from a lack of control in security, timing, and crowds. The next slide explores how travelers use simple routines and tools to regain some control. Thank you.
Across all our interviews, we noticed that travelers use a variety of coping strategies to manage stress throughout their trip. Many participants mentioned listening to music or podcasts or using noise canceling headphones. Others relied on breathing exercise or simply taking deep breaths to stay grounded in tense moments like during takeoff or in long security lines. Several participants emphasized the importance of routing and preparation. For example, packing bags the night before, creating checklists, or letting kids burn off energy before flights. These habits gave travelers a sense of predictability and control while traveling. Some also mention support systems, like calling parents for reassurance or sharing responsibilities with a partner. We also notice that travelers tend to find comfort in familiar or repetitive behaviors, doing the same things each trip, like using the same travel apps or following the same pre flight rituals. These routines help them feel more organized and less anxious, even when unexpected issues came up. Another interesting pattern we noticed was how technology plays a role in stress management. Many users used airline apps or tools like TripIt and Google Flights, not only for convenience but also as a form of emotional reassurance. Having real time updates and digital checklists made them feel more in control, showing that technology isn't just a planning tool, it's a psychological anchor during moments of uncertainty. Overall, the common behavior across all users was the desire to regain control and reduce uncertainty, whether through mindfulness, organization, or small, comforting routines.
After reviewing our findings, we wanted to understand the deeper story behind them, so we mapped everything in Mural, which revealed our key insights into travelers' emotions and needs. Each cluster on our mural represents a major theme that we found across our interviews and observations. These included emotional and enjoyment moments, travelers' stress and anxiety, planning, tools and resources, and coping mechanisms. Seeing these side by side helped us visualize how emotions shift throughout the travel process, from excitement of planning and anticipation to the stress and anxiety that build up around airports and schedules, and finally to the small coping routines people rely on to manage that stress. This mural helped us realize that travel isn't just about logistics, it's a highly emotional experience, and understanding those emotions became the foundation for the journey map and user needs statement that we're about to show you next. So from the insights we identified in our mural, we created this user journey map to visualize how emotions change throughout their journey. As you can see, feelings of excitement and enjoyment appear early in the planning stage, but shift into stress and anxiety during the packing and especially at the airport. This is when travelers experience the most tension, like worrying about time, luggage, or security. And once they're on the plane, emotions begin to level out as they rely on tools and coping mechanisms like music, prayer, or breathing exercises to manage their stress. By the time they arrive, they feel relief and happiness, making the trip worth it. From this process, we identified our user needs statement, which is: travelers need a more seamless and supportive travel process that reduces uncertainty and emotional strain so they can feel confident and calm throughout their journey. This captures what users truly need, which is clarity, control, and reassurance in order to make travel smoother and less stressful.
There are a lot of steps involved in traveling, as one may assume. Throughout our research, some of our key themes included stress and anxiety, tools and resources, emotions, planning, and coping mechanisms. A way to sum up these points would be putting it into a shorter process, saying how emotions can shift from excitement to stress to calm. Our user statement is: travelers need a more seamless and supportive travel process that reduces uncertainty and emotional strain so that they can feel confident and calm throughout their journey. Some simple ideas that could help this would be having an emotional support robot. In this day, this could be a simple solution as AI is quickly emerging. This could offer people empathetic and encouraging talks and conversations. It could also walk people through breathing exercises or relaxation tips. Having these around the airport could help people ease their stress and anxiety. Another simple idea could be a journey concierge desk. At this desk, they could offer on-site support in real life instead of just relying online, which is what happens in most cases. Having these around the airport could help ease travelers' minds as they would have more support available to them with any questions they may have. A way to test these out would be to put one or two of them in the airport and see how they could offer support to travelers, then allow them to rate their experience after.